This is going to be a relatively quick video showing off a couple things that I got in the mail today. But first I wanted to talk about Mike O's World Series Memories contest, 2000 subscriber contest. And you see the Dodgers gear right here, the Dodgers hat and the Dodgers figurine. Well, the first thing I have to show you is this Dodgers hat here. I just picked this up, I think this year from Crook or Kruk Cards. And there's kind of a crease in the bill there. You can't see it there. But the reason why I grabbed this is reminds me almost exactly of the hat that my grandma gave me when I was a kid. That had the holes in it, the metal holes in here, the rivets, and the stretchy back. And this might actually be the same model. They said it was from the 80s, but I think it's from the 70s. It just has really old look to it. The bill is fairly fragile, and the hat is fairly snug. But if I get a haircut, I think maybe it'll fit a little better. But I'll wear it for the games tonight. The reason why I'm a Dodgers fan is because we've always been Dodgers fan in this family. My mom likes the Yankees for some reason, but that's for another video. But the memories that I have is back in 1983, 84, somewhere in that time period. I just first started collecting 1984 Topps, and Kirk Gibson smashed a home run in the upper deck for the Tigers, and I thought that was the coolest thing, even though I was going for the Padres, a California team. And then, so I ran back to my room and showed my mom the card I had of Kirk Gibson. I said, "Man, he just did that. That's the coolest thing." So I always liked Kirk Gibson because I saw that really monster home run on the upper deck of the series game. I just didn't remember what was going on because I didn't know a lot about baseball back then. And then years later, during the Dodgers series, between the A's, Kirk Gibson hit that miracle home run to eventually put them over to a World Series win. And I have had this since 1989, I think. That's a date on the back of this. This is a Kirk Gibson Dodgers figurine, and I collected the starting lineup, and when this came out I had to get it. His arm is a little loose. He's been warming up for a long time, I guess. And the color, you can't see in the video here, but his whole torso is all faded. It's like a yellow, and then there's missing paint on the hat. And I've just kept this. This is one of the few I've kept. I have a Don Mattingly that I bought, and I have a Frank Thomas somewhere, which was more recent acquisition. And all these guys look the same. This guy looks like Wade Boggs and Jack Morris and all the other ones. They just the same body. I think they use the exact same mold for the sorry, the Mattingly figurine. And what they should have done and I've looked, they have not made a figurine of him fist pumping or whatever. That would be really cool, limping around the bases. There's one of him sliding, and that's like a $20 figurine. This one's worth about $5 to $10 in the package. It's about what it was when it was new, but I'll never get rid of this one. And he doesn't stand. He always likes to fall down, practically what he did was, there we go. Oh yeah, there he stands, but just barely. You just touch him and then he's going to about fall. But anyway, so those are the series that I enjoyed. Those are the reasons why I kind of like the Dodgers. And let's get into the mail here really quickly before I run out of time. I got one index card signed with my stamp that I glued on there, the 1969 baseball stamp on there. And I was writing to this person because Caleb had tried him and didn't get him, and I tested another address, and boom, I got it. This is Leon Houghton, I think it is, and he played just for a very short time in the 70s for the Oakland A's. I think he was a pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. And this came from Oregon to Oregon. And Caleb, if you're looking for the address, just look in the internet phone book. And there's several other sites that list Leon Houghton as I can't remember if it was Coos Bay or if it was where it was from, but you had the wrong address, dude. So there's that one. And I got a bucket list success, and I'll show you the picture of what I got in. Of the person I got in. So you see who that is? That's Colin Baker. I got a letter that came in from postmarked Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I said, I didn't write anybody from Doctor Who in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The reason I knew it was Doctor Who is because that showed through the envelope. And I said, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, that's who I got in? Somebody from Doctor Who? And I know Caleb just got one in. I was just so jealous. Got one of the doctors in. That's pretty rare. But anyway, and I was like, well, wait a minute, this has got a UK stamp on it from Albuquerque, New Mexico. So it turns out that Colin Baker of Doctor Who is the 6th Doctor. He was at, hold on, he was at Santa Fe Comic-Con just this last weekend. Now, he only signed 1 or 2 cards, but and this is the one he did not sign, which would have been totally sick if he signed that, the recent Tops. But I had written in my letter that I had gotten this card that was unsigned that came from a pack, and that is really true. It says, you have found a limited edition, genuine hand-signed autograph card signed by Colin Baker as Bayban, okay, in a Blake 7. This card is between $60 and $80 to purchase, and maybe even more, because he's one of the famous doctors. The funny thing is that these were actually meant to be redemption cards, so you sent it in, provided nobody else wrote somebody's name on there. You sent it in, and I think you got a signed one. Then they hole punched the one that was screwed up. But this guy got this card after I bought it from overseas. In the UK, he got it too late and wasn't able to send it in. So lo and behold, I sent it to Mr. Baker. He signed it at the Comic-Con event or whatever, signed only 1, and I've got an official Blake 7 signed trading card for about $6 plus. I think this might have actually been my stamp. I'm not sure. And they just mailed it from Albuquerque. So I think that's really, really awesome that Colin Baker signed this unsigned card. So if you can find somebody selling these unsigned cards overseas, they were originally pack pulls that were meant to be redemptions, I think. So why did they not differentiate them or make them different? I think they just used extra unsigned cards, but now I got an official signed card that nobody has any idea that it didn't come out of the pack. So that's the awesome bucket list mail. Thank you, Michael, for the contest. There's the team. May the best Los Angeles team win, and thank you for watching.